Okay, I wanted to learn with you another short Siman in Shulchan Aruch. That's Siman Taf Yotes. This is everyone's favorite Siman. This Siman is so short that it doesn't even have a koiseres. It doesn't even have a title. So Siman Taf Chaf Aleph, which is short, has a title. This Siman has no heading. It's interesting. There's another similar Siman in Shulchan Aruch, which is also short, and that is Malava Malka. You know, the Siman in Shulchan Aruch about Malava Malka also does not have a heading. It's Siman Shin. You know that Siman Shin. No, I'm sorry. It does have a heading, but it's also one sif. Sheyisader Shulchan b'Matzai Shabbos, where the Mechaber says Olam Yisader Adam Shulchan b'Matzai Shabbos K'dei Lavis Es HaShabbos. This is the mitzvah of to be marbe Seudas Rosh Chodesh. That's why we're having a barbecue today. We can't have it every Rosh Chodesh, but if Rosh Chodesh comes out on Sunday, we have to. Anyway, what exactly should one eat to be Yotzei Seudas Rosh Chodesh? Says the Sivkata on Aleph. Even though Me'ikar Adin, you're not obligated to eat on Rosh Chodesh something that would require benching. You could have other things. You're allowed to have pancakes for Seudas Rosh Chodesh. You don't have to have bagels. You could have salad. But mikamakam lechatchila toiv yoiser sheyochal pas lechvoid Rosh Chodesh. It's better to have bread to honor Rosh Chodesh. You're not obligated to. It's toiv yoiser. Umitzvah laharbois b'Seudas Rosh Chodesh. It's a mitzvah to be marbe in the Seudah of Rosh Chodesh. Uma shemarbe b'Seudah b'yoyim l'chvoid Rosh Chodesh dai. Only during the day. You don't. Ve'ein tzarich laharbois gam b'layla. Okay, you don't have to add to the night. V'hamoitzi al Seudas Rosh Chodesh v'oichel v'shoyse boy ba'toiv hareze meshubach. One who expends expenses for Seudas Rosh Chodesh and he eats and he drinks b'toiv in generously, you're praiseworthy. V'yiseh b'medrash kol mezoynosav shel adam kitzuvin loy meRosh Hashanah and Rosh Hashanah. Your sustenance, your salary is set from Rosh Hashanah to Rosh Hashanah. If you make $1 million a year, it's set. Nothing will add, nothing will take away. In other words, you're not going to make more money, you're not going to lose money. You have whatever is decided on Rosh Hashanah, that's what you're going to make for the year. Chutz mima shemoitzi b'Shabbos v'Yom Tov. Besides what you spend for Shabbos and Yom Tov, v'Rosh Chodesh v'Chol HaMoed. So if you, let's say, go out and you buy a $300 steak today, that's besides your regular $1 million salary. Okay. Also, umasha hatinoikos ma'ilichen lebeis rabam dahainu schar limud. Also, what you pay the teachers of your children. The more you pay, the more money you get. It doesn't come off your salary. Shem moisif moisifin lai. If you add, they will add to you. Ve'im poiches. If you detract, then your salary will be detracted. In other words, it doesn't come off the cheshbon. But the chiddush here is, you would think only Shabbos and Yom Tov. However, also Rosh Chodesh. Could someone pass a Gemara Beya? A Gemara Beya. Because Medrash Psikta. Because if you look in the Gemara, I don't think the Gemara says Rosh Chodesh, but the Medrash does say Rosh Chodesh. Thank you. Now, V'yesh Oimrim, some say that when it says Chutz mimash hatinoikos ma'ilichen lebeis rabam, which is a schar limud, is besides that they would add to their children's teachers extra payment for Rosh Chodesh. Yeshom dahainu mashenogin l'shach ha'idei hatinoikos ma'oishal Rosh Chodesh l'rabam ve'ein levatal haminhag. Don't be mevatal that minhag of, I guess, showing your appreciation on Rosh Chodesh. Va'ayin le'el siman taf yud zayin din hey. Okay. Hamadaktikim noigim kishachal Rosh Chodesh b'choil Oisim machal echad yoser mi b'chol hayamim l'chvoid Rosh Chodesh. Those who are medakdik, they're noyeg, that when Rosh Chodesh comes out during the week, they make one extra food. So let's say normally you have supper chicken and potatoes, and it's Rosh Chodesh, you also have chicken, potatoes, and string beans. It doesn't have to be string beans, whatever you want. Let's say you want to have kugel, one extra dish. Ucheshachal b'Shabbos, when Rosh Chodesh comes on Shabbos, oisem machal echad yoser mima shenogim b'chol habasos. You're going to have one extra dish. So let's say on Shabbos you have fish, kugel, and cholent. So on this Shabbos, Rosh Chodesh, you also have kishka. If you always have kishka, you have lachmaji or kibbeh, whatever you want to add. Whatever you want to add. One extra dish. Doesn't mean, by the way, doesn't say you have to eat it. Doesn't say you have to eat it. You make it. No, there's no requirement to actually eat it. Baltashlis. You could have it the next day for supper. Do you have to actually eat it? I'm not sure. Because let's say it's interesting, by Malava Malka, the Medayek, that the Shulchan Aruch says, La'olam Yesader Adam Shulchanai. You have to set the table. Kedei Lalaves Shabbos. Va'afilu Eino Tzarech Ela Kazayas. So the ikar is, preparing. Anyway.
It says here, it's not about eating, it's about that it's showing that you're preparing something extra for Rosh Chodesh.
V'yeshayimrim she'im loy asa machal yeser b'Shabbos yarbe b'matzah Shabbos Seudas Malava Malka l'chvoid Rosh Chodesh ha'avar. Some say that if you didn't make an extra dish on Shabbos for Rosh Chodesh, the way you celebrate the Rosh Chodesh is you combine it. You have Malava Malka. You extra Malava Malka l'chvoid Rosh Chodesh ha'avar. That's very interesting. What would the connection be between, you're making up, it's not Rosh Chodesh anymore, today's, it's the next day. So somehow you can make up the extra dish that you missed out on Shabbos by having extra Malava Malka. By the way, many years ago we discussed what exactly is the Yom Tif of Rosh Chodesh. Rosh Chodesh has an extra aliyah. What exactly, it's a Yom Tif? What kind of Yom Tif is it? Do we say Hallel? What are we saying Hallel about? Rav Moshe Wolfson has a very beautiful idea. If you remember when we learned Rosh Hashanah, at a time in history when they couldn't say Rosh Chodesh, what would they say instead? As a code word, they would say David Melech Yisrael Chai V'Kayim. David Melech Yisrael Chai V'Kayim is Gematria, the Gemara says Rosh Chodesh. Rosh Chodesh is the Yom Tif of David. But now, before the Geula happens, it's very diminished. What are we celebrating exactly? We don't have David Melech Yisrael Chai V'Kayim. But latent in the day it's so to speak the Yom Tif of the Geula. But we can't fully celebrate it now. So it's sort of toned down. But l'ased lavai, it will come to a full fruition. That's a very big connection between Malava Malka and Rosh Chodesh. Malava Malka is also Seudas David HaMelech. So maybe that would explain why, if you miss out on Seudas Rosh Chodesh, you could somehow make it up with Malava Malka.
Mentioned by Navi, by Elisha.
Yeah.
Nami to say.
Madua b'hayoim loy Shabbos v'loy Chodesh. What about the din of oina, the mitzvah of oina? It's interesting that there's an idea that the mitzvah of oina is most appropriate, say, on Shabbos. Oinas Talmidei Chachamim, may Erev Shabbos. So, or Yom Tif. There's an idea Rosh Chodesh as well. Rosh Chodesh would also be considered an ideal time. V'dina yalav yavai beberchas hamazon yizvar b'sim tav chavda be'ezras Hashem v'ayin b'simen aleph sivkan yud aleph b'sim reish namzad b'vor ta'oicha b'rosh chodesh be'erev rosh chodesh achar chatzois oimer shir hamalois v'loy al naharois bavel. So let's say today let's say you decided you wanted to fulfill the l'chadchila toiv yoser sheyochel pas. So what you could do is, before benching, instead of al naharois bavel, you could say Shir Hamalois. And now, once I'm on that topic, I brought the little placemats. where you have on one side 10 things to think about when you eat, and 7 ways to use mealtime for geula. One of them is Al Nareis Bavel, but today's Rosh Chodesh, so you say Shir Malais. And people are going to email me, could I get one of these? You have to be in the shul, okay? You have to be present, you have to be here. This is a special run. The other ones are not laminated. These are laminated. So, L'Kavod Rosh Chodesh, you'll get your personal copy.